Well then, everybody, welcome back to another episode of me speaking to a microphone and complaining mostly about something. I really should find a more positive way to open the show so people don't immediately think, boy, that sounds like garbage, and then click off, but alas, this self-effacing humour is all I've got, and that's the only way I feel I can be honest about this fucking show, but still. Today, we are going to talk about YouTube, and not in the depressing way that I did last time, just more of the all-encompassing, confusing mess that is this site and the way it works to work on it. It's absurd. I mean, just to skip the present day, even though I want to, do a whole, my breaking into this thing story, it's just hilarious how, you work for a site on a platform and you have no communication with those people at all. So, shit just changes, and you've got no goddamn clue it's coming, and it's come, and it's arrived, and your channel's dead. You know, if you're an animator like a 2012, it's a real great site to work. But, to do the whole, let's start from the beginning shit, I'm not gonna give you my life story, just my YouTube one. You getting into it was always a hobby, and making it a job was something that required my every waking bloody hour. At least, in my experience, obviously. That goes without saying, but I mean, I'm not sure if that's something that's required of every single person who ever wants to make this a job, but yeah, I kind of devoted my every single bloody spare moment into this. In order to make it a viable thing that I could make money off of and live off of for the foreseeable future. Not that anybody really knows how long this is gonna last. Because people always speak about YouTube as if the bubble's about to burst at any moment. I mean, it can, for the individual, but as a platform, I see video online or online video, whatever arrangement of those two words you want to prefer. That's never going away. There's a demand for it now. If YouTube goes down, there will be other sites that can accommodate that. Lord knows Dailymotion was a competitor until it shat the bed, and for a while was nothing but softcore porn, and then it wiped that, and now it's just a site that people use when copyright fucks them on YouTube. Dailymotion really isn't a competitor. Get your shit out. Come on. Work, please. We need a competitor. Stop being so goddamn awful. The biggest competitor, or not even competitor, just alternative, would be like Rooster Teeth's site. They have an entire site with integrated video that's actually got sponsorships and things that make sense. It's fully integrated, it's actually well thought out. As far as I'm aware, that is the only main potential alternative to YouTube should this ever disappear. But again, getting ahead of myself there. Point was, in order to make this your job, you've got to make it your life, really. You can't just do a whole 9-to-5 thing. Or maybe you can, and maybe that's healthier, maybe you're better off for it, but in the early days, I wouldn't recommend it. If YouTube isn't something that you should ever gamble on, if that makes sense. You should never assume, you should never put all your chips on this pile. You should never think that, yes, this is going to work out for me, because 9 times out of 10, it just won't, and maybe through no fault of your own. YouTube has a very large barrier to entry. Like, how do you get an audience? By making content and having it seen. How do you get your content seen? Well, truth be told, by advertising it. What do people hate? Advertising your content. It's a fucking ever-changing battle. It's just, you're fucked. TLDR. You just have to play a very long waiting game with YouTube to get into it. That's kind of what I did for the longest time. Then got a reasonable amount of viewer base and just sunk all of my time into it, and it paid off. Shouldn't have done, really. Glad it did. I'm not saying it shouldn't have done as if I didn't want it to, but yeah, the odds are usually against a gamble like that actually paying off. But to stop fucking rambling and going all over the place, the point was that throughout all that time, it's just been me guessing what's going to succeed and what should happen next with the show and the channel, and praying that nothing goes wrong, because throughout the time of me doing this as a full job, YouTube's made some interesting changes. And we've had the quote-unquote YouTube apocalypse at least 20 times at this point. Just in the short time that I've been using it as a platform to actually make a living. It's ended 7 times, if we're being serious. There's at least 7 times where it's like, it's gone to shit. Like, when Content ID came in its automated form, and it was super ridiculous and claimed everything that it bloody could, and everybody was assuming, well, this is the end, that's it. And about, 1 month later, everybody forgot about it. And everything was fine, and everything's still standing today, and that was like 3 years ago? I don't know the date of that. I really should look that up so I don't just constantly guess the timeline because I've got a terrible memory, but still, point being, it wasn't the bloody end. But shit like that example of shit just coming out of nowhere and potentially ruining your job, because I wasn't hit by it, super lucky. I don't know why, I just wasn't. But there were a lot of people in that time that did have their channels hit by strikes, that in some form limited their channel, and in other instances just flat out fucking deleted them. There was likely quite a few people there that were aspiring YouTubers that could have made it to an impressive extent, but didn't because, well, that happened. Didn't have a choice in the matter, just gone, because YouTube did a thing, never told anybody, and people's potential livelihoods were snatched away. Some people's actual livelihoods were put in danger and also potentially taken away. I can't ever pretend to actually have eyes and ears on every single thing and every single channel. There's likely God knows how many that have just disappeared because of silly things like that. When I say silly things, I understand the need for content ID. YouTube's got its whole hands-off approach, so they're not necessarily responsible for all the copyright breaches. I get it, understand it, it's just... maybe you don't be so heavy-handed with the automation thing that just completely claims shit that it shouldn't, and in other instances just flat-out wipes out channels left, right, and center. But, that being said, 9 times out of 10, 11 months out of the year, YouTube's a relatively safe place to work. If we're talking about having your livelihood just taken away because the site hiccuped. I mean, I said when I first started off I was doing nothing but gameplay. I mean, I still am for that point, really. Like, what 1% of my videos is not? Not even 1%, like 0.01%. But still, like, gameplay was a thing that, in the early days, was just all roundabout and kind of confusing as to, wait, can I monetize this? Is this an okay thing to do? Wait, what? Halo's got this weird thing with, because Microsoft owns it, they've got a certain bunch of different rules, and it basically translated to, no, you're fine, stop worrying. Because if you actually looked into all the fine print and the legalities of shit, it didn't really look like you could. Again, early days, and then as time went on, it's just, well, this is an accepted thing, this is fine, I'm not gonna rock the boat, fuck it, this is fine. Go on with your business as you will, YouTubers, go ahead, free advertising for us. Then, Nintendo came along, shat the bed and went absolutely insane, and tried to take everyone's content off of the fucking site, and then decided, well, we can't do that because nobody likes us for doing that. You know what, we should do a partner program where we take half of your money. And that's gone swimmingly for you, hasn't it, Nintendo? They are not the brightest, really, are they? They are the dinosaur in this digital age. They refuse to catch up. They can innovate with the Wii and potentially the Switch, assuming that doesn't absolutely go terrible. It looks fantastic from what I can tell. They can innovate with all that stuff. When it comes to just online video, it's as if it's the fucking Antichrist in digital form to them. For whatever reason, they just can't stomach or stand it. It's hilarious to me. So yeah, while the catastrophes may be few and far between, the site, for quite a while, is usually plagued by individuals or companies just generally being stupid. And again, trying to make it your living is concerning, frightening, and terrifying every time you hear about things like this. It is best to just plug your fingers into your ears and be deaf to it, because it may not ever affect you, but the amount of goddamn nightmares you hear about, you'd be convinced that eventually it will. Talking about the platform being toxic, I mean, Christ, the whole drama thing that's came up as of late is just fantastic. You're almost incentivized to be a dick to other people so you can make a headline and get more views. It's stupid. And that also speaks to the point of never knowing what trends are going to appear. I mean, like, for the longest time, the site was quote-unquote drama-free. I mean, it's always, oh, this shit thing happened and that shit thing happened, but there's never a centralized hub of, hey, look at all this shit you can point and laugh at and ridicule and generally be a dick about. I mean, I'm not mentioning any names, but, it's safe to say that a large amount of people on this site were alerted of a certain amount of gossip, and it's drama alert. It's fucking drama alert. It's not even a knock at him or the thing, it's just the fact that out of nowhere it suddenly became so popular, like, people just wanted to talk about people. They didn't care about the content that was being made by the content creators, they just cared about the drama and the shit and the gossip and the juicy details of the actual creators themselves. Like, really? Is that what we're doing? It's supposed to be like making funny things or entertaining things instead of saying, this person tweeted this and it was maybe a bit offensive. Anyway, I was talking about drama on YouTube, Christ, there's a whole other episode of shit. Point is, the platform can get toxic for any old random reason such as that, and you really do never know what the trends are going to be. I mean, hell, there's an indie game, it's about dicks going in dicks. It's gotta go play that for all of yours. Or alternatively, as said, the whole uprising of just drama for some reason just came out of nowhere and it's still prominent to this day. Not really a complaint. I mean, shit. I could whip my dick out on camera and make a headline and get more views, I guess. Not that I would. I mean, it's just, I don't want to do that. I mean, I'm not suffering from micro-penis or anything, but it's nothing to fucking show off. I believe I had a point to all of this. Yes, being a YouTuber's hard. Because you know what is popular at any given time, and shit can just flip, and your entire career can become worthless. As said at the beginning, animators. Out of nowhere, YouTube just flipped the script and decided, you know what, your content is really not all that monetizable. It is high quality. It is really good. You spend a lot of time and effort on it, but fuck it, you don't make it very often, so fuck you. And it wasn't really a conscious decision YouTube made, I believe. I don't think they specifically said, you know what, no, animators, we don't want them on our platform anymore. Let's just completely remove and gut their monetary gain and fuck them. Right in the bum. I don't believe that's the thing they said, but the decision they made to priority on anything other than short-form content It certainly went ahead and destroyed animators' lives, didn't it? And again, there was no heads up. There's no, hey, we potentially at some point we are changing the thing in the algorithm, so prepare yourselves for this in the long run and maybe invest in other things. No, there's no communication at all, because as far as YouTube is concerned, we do not necessarily work with them or even for them necessarily. This is just a platform that we put our content on. We have no real association with them in a business sense that they need to communicate any information to us. I said in the last thing that it's hilarious that the fact that any official stream of information from YouTube themselves is available to anyone across the board, regardless of affiliation or employment, so to speak, with YouTube. Doesn't matter if you've made 3,000 videos and have made them several $1 million, the most information you will get is a Twitter called YouTube Support/YouTube Team that just gives any information to anyone that's dumb enough to click follow on Twitter. And it ain't that much information. It's usually, we are aware that we have done a fuck up, we are working on it, and that's about it. Yeah, you don't get to hear about upcoming things unless it's something they're trying to sell you, like YouTube Red. Not a knock, it's actually a pretty good service, and everybody was up in arms about that shit. Another example of never knowing what the fuck's coming and when and how it's going to affect your livelihood. YouTube Red is a thing that, if you subscribe to it, it removes ads. Does that not in some way associate with the actual people paying for ads wanting to pay less for it because now they're potentially going to be seen less? Everybody overthought it, panicked, myself included, not judging anyone else there. Assumed it would be the end of YouTube once again. It arrived, it's been here since forever, and it's made me a little bit more money. So it's like, oh, we got worried about nothing, as opposed to the million times where something comes out of nowhere and does fuck us. The one thing we heard about in advance was actually okay. There's no real point to that comparison, it's just funny. Like the one time we had some information about some change in YouTube coming down the pipeline. Not officially, again, it was through, I think it was just an email chain that someone shared. I believe, I'm pretty sure, it's been a while and I really need to commit that to memory. The specifics don't really matter. It wasn't an official released statement by anybody, by YouTube. It was something that was shared, arguably, without consent. That makes it sound rapey. But I imagine there was probably an NDA with YouTube Red, as nobody officially ever came out and said anything. I think somebody broke some rules. Maybe I'm wrong, but either way. The one time we had a heads up to the potential YouTube apocalypse, it wasn't. I mean, it never is, but it had no negative impact on anybody's lives, except for people that don't like paying for things that are optional. Because that's just the worst, apparently. Oh, options? Those are the worst! Unsub! Dislike! I don't know where that came from. It's just... I always find it funny when people complain about things that don't have to affect them, but potentially could. Hey, you could interact with this. You don't have to. But, oh, that's the worst thing ever because other people can enjoy it, but because you don't, it's the worst. TLDR, I need to stop reading the comment section. Ignore that. Strike it from the record. I was getting to the point for once and now I've gone on a tangent again. So, yeah, the whole lack of information from YouTube thing is just hilarious to me, you know? Like, again, I understand the business relationship. We do just use their platform and that's about it. But a courtesy call of, hey, we're changing the algorithm and things may change, or just a courtesy call of, hey, we're updating the site, you may see some instability in the next few days. Just anything like that. I'm not asking for a fucking signed and sealed, personally handwritten, goddamn envelope with a pretty little font and those awesome, like, weird wax sigil things in the back. I'm not asking for that, along with a fucking personalized handjob from the head of the CEO of YouTube. I don't fucking... Well, I wouldn't turn that down, but I'm not asking for that. Just a little bit of information about things that are going to be coming down the line would be appreciated. Because most of the time it doesn't really affect me, so I'm not even speaking for me, but as the biggest example, even though it is a while ago, still fucking sucked. The whole animators thing. Like, if some of them had some information coming down the line of, hey, we're changing the algorithm and it may affect you, some of them could have planned for that and started uploading the progresses, the work in progresses, just them making the animations. They could have uploaded their voice recording sessions, just extra content to potentially fucking future-proof their channel. And they didn't get to know about that until it happened and the damage was done and they couldn't recover. TLDR, YouTube's a bastard. You may give me a fantastic life, but you sure as shit make it hard for me to fucking maintain it. Like, all of a sudden, recently there's been a weird algorithm change apparently where the whole... Like, here's what YouTube did. For the longest time, YouTube sub boxes just didn't work. You know? I mean, they worked, but infrequently. Just certain people wouldn't turn up. Sometimes days, weeks at a time, YouTube would be like days behind of the sub boxes. Just things were not in there. You could go to the channel, see them right fucking there, uploaded 3 hours ago, go to the subscription page, and the last video that was uploaded was like 12 hours ago. It's like, fucking, why? Why does this not work? And over the course of time, they implemented things like the notification bell that you click and you get a email or notification on your phone. It's like, hey, this works. And I believe they did a couple of other things before that, which I've forgotten because they didn't work. Or at least not as effectively as otherwise would have liked it to. And it feels as if now they've added these things, they significantly care less about the previous thing. So now it's like, hey, you've got notifications to your phone. We don't give a fuck about the sub-boxes, the recommended actually doing its job. No. We're going to change the way that works now so it shows you things that you aren't watching or watched one video of accidentally by clicking, and now we're going to show you that because you want to watch something else. I think the recommended now is basically their attempt or realization or assumption that, hey, they're already subscribed to these people. They don't need the homepage to show them their actual subscriptions in the recommended anymore. No, we're just going to try and advertise and sell them on different things to make more money off of them. And not in a negative, manipulative sense, but, I mean, that kind of, in a way, is logical. Like, you're already subscribed, so why show you that on the homepage? Let's try and show you more channels. But apparently people don't use YouTube the way YouTube assumes people use YouTube. So the videos they were previously seeing in the recommended or watching, they are now no longer seeing at all, and videos are getting less views, apparently, across the board for a lot of people. So it's like, hey, this change just came up out of nowhere. What's going on? Why are views down? Am I losing my touch? Are my videos bad? Has all my fan base left? This is seemingly how everybody bloody reacted. I mean, even PewDiePie felt that way. Specifically him, the big head honcho of YouTube, the #1 guy, was that out of the loop and was that worried he'd done a fuck-up because YouTube doesn't communicate shit to the people that makes them the fucking money. That's the bit where I got triggered. That's the bit. It's perplexing. It's hilarious, really. Like, if I wasn't personally invested in YouTube, that would be the funniest fucking thing to me, but it's kind of offensive. Like, not as me as a person. Like, I don't expect, as said, the whole, what did I say, the whole hand-sealed envelope bollocks. Obviously, I don't expect that, but the fact PewDiePie doesn't, I know we shouldn't argue for special treatment and just favoritism, but you'd think he would at least know what the fuck's going on. #1 channel on the site, and he's just as out of the loop as somebody with 10 subscribers, 0 views, or even someone that's just watched one Vine compilation a month on YouTube. Equally out of the loop. Like, what? It's stupid to me. How do you justify that, you know? He seemingly had a breakdown in one of his videos, like, legitimately fucking hurt and impacted by the fact that he thought he'd fucked up in some major way. It's like, no, you're not getting less views because you're shit, you're getting less views because the platform you're hosting your videos on is shit. Or at least every now and then it's shit. Like, I shouldn't complain because as much as we love to give YouTube a whole bunch of feces on the face, I mean, God, as I said, 11 months out of the year it works pretty much as intended. It's fine. It isn't anything wrong with it. It's just the negative shit we always remember and never praise it for the positives. You know? The positives is it works, mostly. The positive would be it provides a living for people that can have some weird way of entertaining people. Even if it's just throwing eggs at things while having no pants on. I still don't understand how that's successful. That's not even because I don't enjoy it. I find it hilarious myself. I just don't understand why I do. Never mind why I'm so invested in seeing him throw eggs at something else in a slightly different way. The fuck is YouTube? Like, really, it's... You have people who, like, Tomato Gaming and me, who will take a game that's potentially innocent and turn it twisted, or twisted and make it innocent, vice versa. Just stupid loop-de-loop bullshit with games, and then you've got that. And then you've got Filthy Frank. YouTube's weird. Like, that's the positive. It affords the luxury of those things existing, people being able to do that themselves, and God knows how many people being able to watch that shit and be entertained by it. But, that being said, YouTube's still dumb. I can praise the positives, but every time they do a somewhat positive thing, they limit the positive impact of it. For instance, probably a limited thing that you're not really all that bothered about, but, you know, annotations have been a thing forever, and they never worked on mobile, so they came up with the instance of, I always forgot what it's actually called. Fuck it. Mobile annotations, things that work on bloody mobile. They've implemented that now, and it works. It's like, hey, that's cool. It's got a whole little thumbnails that go onto the actual video feed, and there's a little subscribe button with the channel logo. It's cute and kind, and it works, and it's functional. But for whatever reason, they decided, you know what, we expect people to use this in a specific way, so we will only allow them to use it in that way. So you can only use it in the final 20 seconds of your video. So, you have a thing, annotations, previously, that could be used throughout the entire video in any way, multiple at once, however many you goddamn like, I think. I don't think I've ever spammed them enough to actually test the however many you like thing, but within reason. And then, hey, here's this improved version. But you can only use it in this specific instance. What the fuck is wrong with you? That's like we've had post for the past 7,000 years and somebody comes up with email. This is so much better, but you can only use it to reply to people between 2 and 5 a.m. What? it's a bad analogy example, I guess, but still, it's kind of similar. It's this improvement on everything, but you can only use it in this, like, 2% of the video. You fucking retards. That's it. I don't use that word often, because it's like, not even because of offensive thing, I like to reserve it for specific examples of retardation, and this is fucking it. You are stupid. You are so fucking stupid. It's a completely improved feature, and you limit the use out of it like hell. It's like fixing the sub boxes, but only having it work for people that realize they've got to click 5 buttons instead of fucking 1! There it is. That's me getting real mad. YouTube, it's a wonderful place to work. You get to live out your dreams, but by God, does that dream turn into a nightmare more often than not when YouTube is just fucking finicky and stupid and retarded. Like, just... here's how it goes. They roll out a feature without any communication to its user base. Not viewer base, user base. The people that use these features. No communication. No feedback, no nothing. No suggestions. No communication. They roll it out. It then gets a reception, positive or negative. They react, and they decide, we're going to improve this. Based on what we've heard. However, we're also going to throw in what we think will work. They do that, it comes out, it's flawed again, and we have to go through the whole fucking rigmarole because they refuse to actually fucking communicate. How about a shitty little fucking Twitter poll? Would you like this, or this? Does this sound good? Yes or no? Do they do that? Do they balls? And Twitter poll is a terrible idea. Easy to manipulate and anybody could fucking vote on it, but you get the point I'm trying to make. Instead of having to roll out 4 different versions of the same feature because you never asked us what we wanted, you could have just rolled it out once while communicating to people. Hey, what would make this better? We could have told you, and we could have had a back and forth, and yada yada yada. I probably sound way entitled, but I don't know. I just feel like as a business relationship where clearly you are trying to make the site better for the people using it, why don't you ask the people using it how they can make it better? Not that we're geniuses and we'd know, but you'd be able to pull the general consensus and it's like, okay, we will do this and won't do that. Done. Here's the improved annotations that work on mobile you can use throughout the entire fucking video. Just a simple thing, you know? And maybe I'm personally triggered by it because I only use the mid-roll, not a post-roll, so I can't use that shit at all, so it's like, hey, mobile users, still fuck you, I guess. Nothing I can do. Sorry. Ugh. There are so many layers of working on YouTube that are stressful. And that's just... speaking about established people, I'm not tooting my own horn there, but I mean people that have the viewer base, have made it their job. Here's to crack open a whole new goddamn egg. The people trying to get through the door. Because YouTube is such a fucking, as I said, it's such a large or difficult barrier to entry. It's like, how do you get started on YouTube? You upload and hope for the best, really. Because as I said, you want to advertise your stuff. People hate advertising in any shape, way, or form. It's looked on negatively in Reddit and comment sections, and for good reason. Because it just has that negative connotation. You either go to somewhere, you go to somebody's video and advertise your own stuff, it seems cheap. And I don't know the word. Like a leech, you're a parasite almost. You're just latching onto somebody else and trying to take their stuff, you know? Even if that's not even the way you mean to do it, it's just how it comes across because we're all such fucking cynics on YouTube. You go to Reddit, it's the same thing. It's like, stop self-advertising. It's like, nobody cares. Even if the content's good, it's just looked on in a negative way. So how the fuck do you build a platform or an audience on YouTube? And the answer is look. That's it. Even if you're talented, look. That's the answer. Because there's no built-in system to really support... I mean, there shouldn't be a built-in system to support, like, fucking brand new channels, you know, complete startups. With respect, it's impossible to do that. But smaller channels, established ones in their own right, like 30,000 to 100,000 subscribers with, like, super slow building fan bases, as much as you think that's a positive, there are channels there that already have the content quality, that already have the confidence and whatever they have to actually have a better channel, a bigger channel, you know, like the example from my own personal viewing experience. Sugarwolf is a man with 7,000 subscribers, I think. He should have so much more because his content is fucking amazing. And why doesn't he? Because he's a small channel. Small channels just stay small because they're fucking small. YouTube will not promote them because why would they? Because they're small channels. The solution to this, as far as I see it and am concerned, as much as I tried to do it and stopped for a little bit because I wanted to test how much advertising my own stuff worked, not that well, is for content creators to support content creators. TLDR, YouTube, as a business, cannot justifiably spend time promoting channels with no proven track record of success. Said that weird, muddled my words. I don't like the fact that YouTube doesn't promote smaller stuff, but I can't expect them to. It's a business. Why would you promote the super small stuff? It's a gamble and a risk and an arguable waste of time. Although, They haven't actually ever done it yet, so that can't really be proven, but it's assumed, and for good reason. So the solution is for content creators to support content creators, because we've all been there, we all know how much of a nightmare it is, and if you can see a channel with actual proven content to be actually ha-ha funny, worth it watching, you should help them, is my point. I mean, the argument for so long has always been, like you hear it from every content creator, it's so hard to get on YouTube, it's almost impossible, it's a fucking uphill battle and then some, there's uphill battle and then there's trying to fucking vertically walk up a wall, which is what it feels like for a lot of people, I imagine. Like, it's not an uphill battle where you're like climbing Everest, you are just trying to fucking defy gravity and walk up a 90-degree wall. So again, solution? Content creators to share content creators, and support them and help them out, and that's all you can do, because you can't expect YouTube to do anything, because why the fuck would they? They can just keep promoting the same top 100 channels and make more money for it. Because it makes sense, because they are the proven ones to make money, so put more people towards them so they will make more. Even though the argument is it's much better to have, like, 1,000 medium-sized fish than just 10 large-sized ones. But fucking whatever, this is the way it is, I guess. YouTube isn't going to change, so we've seen that time and time again. I feel like this episode really is just a massive fuck YouTube, even though I didn't want it to be, because I wanted to, say the positives, but there are very few other than it works, except for the few times it doesn't. Because for every moment I want to say, YouTube's pretty good, they do YouTube Heroes. You don't want to hire people to actually moderate the content, so you're going to make a fucking high-scored leaderboard bullshit to incentivize people to just mass flag for the fuck of getting some points. Fucking mongoloids. But anyway, getting off point of the whole sharing content creators thing, that's a solution to help smaller people. Obviously, I mean, it's not a... That goes without saying, of course. Bigger person shares smaller person becomes less of a small person, more of a big person. Obvious. I'm not some genius for saying that, I don't think I am, but that being said, very few do it. I've used this example before a long time ago, doubt any people watched it that are actually watching this, so I'll repeat myself. If you've got a channel with 40 plus million subscribers, and averages several million views a video, why wouldn't you have that guy share with the content creators? I'm not trying to say we need to force PewDiePie to do that, it's just as an example, from a business standpoint. I'm not about to fucking tell Felix what to goddamn do, this isn't what this is at all, but again, from a business standpoint, because that's what YouTube is, wouldn't somebody from YouTube walk up to him and say, you know what would be a good idea? You helping us build bigger channels so we can make more money, and as we are asking you for this favor, we could financially compensate you so we can do you a favor. How does that sound? Why doesn't that happen? I mean, just again, from a business standpoint, it's confusing to me. You have the biggest viewer base on YouTube. Why doesn't he just throw his audience to other channels of similar setups? I mean, there's a lot of channels out there that are basically webcam, gameplay, silly noises, silly faces, and it's fun for the kids, it's fun for the adults. I enjoy PewDiePie's content, that's not a knock, by the way. I love his Dark Souls stuff, like, I just remember that being so edit-intensive and just fun. I haven't watched his stuff in a while because lately it's been vlogs and he's been filming stuff, so it's not much to watch. Bad timing, bad example. But, seriously, why isn't that a thing? Why isn't that a thing for, like, the top 100? Why aren't the top 100 promoting other people outside of the top 100? In their own respective genres and categories? This isn't... Oh, I guess it is. It's always subconsciously on some level, I might as well just admit it. I guess it is like, oh, can someone please just shout me out and give me some more views? Because, on a selfish level, why the fuck not? I won't turn that down, that would be very nice. But it's not even for a selfish reason. I mean, again, for the platform, for the site, for the company, for the money, it helps every motherfucker out in every single part of the equation. Across the board. And I'm just perplexing why that hasn't happened. That's it. Just a random little tangent. Because that solves a lot of problems on YouTube. If you've proven yourself in some way, shape or form, you will then get a boost, and it will accelerate, and then the people that were previously not able to make it their living are able to make it their living, and now the people that can make it their living are able to make more content that's already good, make more money for themselves and the site, everybody fucking wins, and their viewers have more stuff to watch, and there are more people watching this stuff with more to watch. I mean, it sounds like I spoke in a circle there, it comes full circle, this is the point, nobody loses out in this equation, yet it's yet to happen. I don't fucking get it. At all. So on an unrelated note, go watch Sugarwolf. Go watch Sugarwolf. Go watch Kill His Son. And I don't just throw out those names because, oh, it's relevant to the topic and it sounds funny. I'm serious. Those two people right there have got absolutely fantastic content. Like, one's a gameplay channel that's got a similar format to mine that's absolutely fucking hilarious. Sugarwolf does a bunch of Dark Souls and, Don't Starve and... or just run one-offs. It's a variety channel.
Wet, sloppy-ass wad of shit that I found in a sewer full of those things. Gotta have it.
Fuck yeah!
And then there's Kill His Son, who makes one video every 12 years and they're absolutely fucking hilarious. I wouldn't even know how to describe it. I wouldn't, so I'm just going to play a clip of it.
With this current political climate regarding gun control, we thought we'd get them started early. Now watch me pull back this foreskin. Just place these cheese-flavoured golf balls in a cocaine line. And to reload, you just need to jerk off this oversized Pez dispenser.
That made me laugh. I don't know about you, but I find that motherfucker hilarious. Matter of fact, I'm going to do the same thing for Sugarwolf, but that'll have already happened by now, for fair's sake. So, go watch them, and I'm completely goddamn serious. I don't say that again just to be the good guy of, oh, I'm helping out the little guy. I watch YouTube, I find people that are funny. It doesn't matter if they've got a smaller audience, they're fucking funnier than me. In my opinion, in some cases, actually. I'm actually quite proud of my content lately. Not in a depressive slump of, oh, everything I make is shit. I still think my Sonic Unleashed video, the first one, is one of the best things I've ever made in my entire career. So, I will say for the most part, they are funnier than me. I mean, Killyson, without a doubt. I mean, the sheer amount of quality of one video is just, I'm laughing from start to finish. There's no filler, it's just funny. Same for Sugarwolf, in my opinion. But enough about the promotion and back to the topic at hand. Baffles me that, the whole system of content creators supporting content creators is so rare and infrequent. Like, it's common in smaller channels, that's not a knock. I mean, it's just common. It's a hell of a lot more common there. You get to the upper echelons of like 100k plus, it's like, well, no one seems to be doing it, and I don't fucking get it, because if you just cross-promoted with each other, you'd grow quicker, you'd both benefit. Why are you not doing it? It's me and Tomato Gaming did it, we both had about 50, I think he had 40k and I had 60k, and it fucking blew up. And just like doubled and almost tripled our growth at that point. It worked, for fuck's sake. Why does nobody do it? I meant to make this a whole YouTube encompassing thing, and complaining about all the elements, and now I'm kind of focusing on this, because it's something I'm bloody passionate about, because again, it's just to rewind the clock, back when I had a smaller amount of subscribers, and I was trying to make it my job, boy, if that happened then, not that I deserved it because my content kinda sucked back then, but still, that's just the main point. It makes people that want to make it their job actually able to make it their job. It makes a passion their actual project, their motivation, goal, and the thing that keeps bread on the table. Food on the table. Bread as well, I guess. Toast. Cheese. Toasties. I'm hungry. I'm gonna get something to eat after this. But you get the point I'm trying to make. It's a problem solver. It's the solution to a lot of shit on this site. And it's a weird thing, because you obviously can't enforce it from the sense of MCNs coming up to you saying you must do this. That's not exactly something you can put into the contract. And if you were to put in the contract, I'm sure a lot of people wouldn't fucking sign it, because you're forcing people to do something they otherwise may not want to do. Which is why I said at the beginning of the example of PewDiePie's channel, I mean, I'm not saying force him, but I'm just perplexed as to how that offer has not come about. Because again, no one loses out on it. No one. At all. But to get off that before I repeat myself some more, the major problem with YouTube is the constant unknowing, and not even just the lack of communication, it's just never knowing what's going to happen next week, month, year, whenever. Because, as I think I said at the beginning, you never know when the YouTube bubble's going to burst, if ever it will. The online video is always going to survive in some capacity, because as I said, the demand has been made for it. There's always going to be a place to get it. Even if this one goes away, another one will rise up in some shape, way, or form. Maybe it may become more limited. It may not be as accessible as YouTube is to just, start up a channel and hope for the best. Maybe the next platform that arises will not have that. Maybe you have to be a tried and tested, proven thing to be able to get into that. And that would suck terribly. But with respect, I mean, it's amazing we haven't already got to that. I'm still surprised we're in the quote-unquote digital Wild West of YouTube just doing whatever the fuck we want at any point. There's so many articles like every other month coming out of people not disclosing their videos properly, or their sponsors, the sponsorships properly in their videos. It's like, on one hand, are they doing it because they don't want to disclose it because, they're the villain, or is it just because this is such a new thing to everyone, it's like, I didn't even know I was supposed to do that. And again, that was a while ago. And since, as far as I'm aware, with my MCN, they've been sending out multiple emails, or at one point, sent out multiple emails informing people how to properly do it. It's been discussed to death. But, as an example, I'm impressed. We are still kind of in that state. We are yet to evolve to the quote-unquote professional form of YouTube or online video. And maybe we never will. Or at least, maybe I never will. Maybe I fucking shit the bed, fall off the face of the earth, and you never see or hear from me again at some point because I just couldn't take the professionalism that I was expected of me. I doubt it. I'd like to think that I've somewhat adapted in the past couple of months. I feel like I go months just not complacent with content, just complacent with the way I look at YouTube. Like, for months at a time, it's like, I'm just doing this for fun. Then it changes. Oh, I'm just doing this because I want to grow. And then it changes. It pretty much just flip-flops between those two. And now I'd like to think that I found a healthy balance. Woohoo! So hopefully I won't fall off the face of the earth, but I hope you get the point that I'm trying to make. It's just perplexing that YouTube is still the arguable open platform it was when it first arrived. Obviously, I said it's harder to grow because there are more established channels, so there are arguably less reasons to find new ones. But the opportunity is still there. So, credit to YouTube for not fucking that up, I guess. Although, as far as I'm aware, YouTube is still yet to actually turn a profit on a yearly basis. So, kind of worried on that front, if you know what I mean. I'd like to think they're eventually going to turn a profit, and they'll keep returning a profit, and then this site never goes away, and this could be my job till I'm dead. I do doubt that, though. Unless, of course, I get hit by a car tomorrow, then I guess that statement would be true. Assuming the car killed me. I got dark. I was just trying to make a silly, jokey point about what I said. Never mind. So, YouTube. It's a weird place. It's a weird company. It still doesn't communicate to its users, not even users, that doesn't put it right, to its arguable employees, its partners, because that's the official title. We're partners with YouTube. As odd as it is, seeing as it ain't a 50-50 split in terms of effort or anything. Well, you know, they provide the platform, we do the work, but you know what I mean? It's astounding that they still don't have some line of communication to people to inform them of just basic instability. Hey, we're going to implement this at some point. You know, things are changing, prepare for it. And the only justification I can find for that is the fact that they don't trust people to, not just blurt that out into a video. The obvious solution to that is to have a non-disclosure agreement with that stream of information. That's it. You just sign a thing, say, I will not disclose shit to this on Twitter, YouTube, blah-de-blah-de-blah. It's probably going to be written more officially and formally than that, but you get my point. There'll be a solution to it, so I don't really know why they still haven't done it, but that's the one justification I can assume they use to not actually tell us what's going to happen. Barring that, maybe they don't even know what's going to happen. Maybe they just flip a coin on a daily basis and decide then and there. We're going to do this, we're going to pick option 4, then we're going to use the end cards I only use for 20 seconds instead of the whole video. That's what we're going to do. Fuck knows. Because truly I don't know how they made that decision. That's just perplexing to me. And on top of that, it's still perplexing to me that content creators have not made like a pact, so to speak, a quote-unquote unofficial union to just help each other, seeing as the platform won't do it as much as it otherwise could, and maybe, if you're going to argue the point, should. Again, I still see the business side of it. I do kind of get why YouTube just promotes the same top 100 channels instead of trying to find new ones that could break into the potential top 100, because, as said, tried and tested, why break what ain't broken? I say, when speaking about YouTube, which typically breaks what isn't broken. Bad choice of words. But yeah, as you can tell, I'm trying to just wrap this up and round off and summarize, because I use this whole thing to just get my fucking words out into a video and see if people agree or disagree, whatever. So it's all about discussion. It's the point of this fucking thing. See what you think and if you agree with my goddamn stupid brain. Again, like the whole content creators sharing each other thing is the one thing that I have believed for so fucking long, have been so passionate about. It's just tried for a year to get that shit off the ground in some capacity where other people actually do it consistently, but it doesn't fucking happen. So much so, I got disheartened with it that much that I just stopped doing it myself for a while. And I'm gonna not do that anymore, because I'd much rather promote other people, like Sugarwolf, like Killysunt, like Puts Gaming, like Tomato Gaming, like fucking just Jadronic, anyone with an established thing that's like, that's fun to watch, that's worth sharing, that's worth throwing towards people that want more stuff to watch, because Lord knows I can't make a consistent goddamn upload schedule, because every time I fucking do, or at least attempt to, it's like, I'm gonna work on this video as soon as I can. And I do, and I work on it for like 8 hours instead of 4, and then it's uploaded the day after instead of the day of. So it's like, well, fuck that up. But I'd rather spend more time making a video better than just shitting out a video a day for the sake of a video a day. I mean, that's a whole other thing I could fucking open the can of worms on, like, how you approach YouTube in that sense. Do you want the quantity over quality? And what's the balance? Trying to find that balance for me has been a nightmare. I never really know what it is I want to do. I remember for like 3 years, I just shit out a video a day for the sake of shitting out a video a day. Didn't matter if it was good or bad, I just did it. It's like, there's a video, done my job, that was fun. I mean, I don't want to say put no effort into it, but obviously significantly less than I otherwise could have done. Trying to decide what it is that's worth watching and is a reasonable amount of work to put into it is a tough fucking thing for me. It's always hard to say, I put work into my videos when you're a frequent uploader. Like, As said, animators see that, it's like, oh, you put work into your videos. Oh, 8 hours. How about 80? You know? I always feel like a bit of a dick when I say that out loud. Like, I always remember, oh yeah, people like Jontron exist who put like 800 hours into one video. Maybe I should stop talking about me as if I'm special. I don't think I am, but it can be very easily interpreted into that. Like, oh, I spend so long on my videos. You know, and from my perspective, it's just, I just mean compared to others, like, with respect to Let's Players, there's nothing wrong with that. You can enjoy it, it's just... What am I saying? TLDR, always self-conscious about putting too little work into it, and then speaking about it as if I put in too much compared to others. Instead, I'm gonna wrap that one up before I make myself sound even stupider. TLDR. YouTube's okay, could be better, probably never will be. It'll never tell people what it's going to do before it's done it. And content creators need to help content creators out because nobody else is going to fucking do the favor for them. Yeah, there you go. That about sums it up. The obvious point that goes with all of these videos is I ramble, go on tangents, and always lose my place and end up speaking over myself because I'm a fucking fool. So yeah, that'll about do it. You can, if you're still watching this, all three of you can go ahead and follow me on Twitter for more inane rambling of such. You can see video previews of, well, videos that I'm going to upload when I'm working on them. You can see me complaining about shit. It's a hoot. It's a hoot nanny. You can do that. I'm gonna probably go record Sonic Unleashed now. And wish I were dead.